Good evening, everyone. Last year's No Cayman Ski Marathon featured sub-zero temperatures and low visibility on the course, but this year the weather and temperature cooperated in yet another successful marathon. Around 1,400 skiers were prepared and ready to go at the start of the Aqua Recreation Center. Skiers participated in various races throughout the marathon, like the Full Marathon Classic, Freestyle, 12K, 24K races, and many others. They traversed up several steep hills as they made their way toward NMU Superior Dome. Aid stations were necessary and full of cheer as volunteers got into the spirits where skiers could refresh and regain their body warmth. In the end, Solomon Racing's Tad Elliott, who was racing in his first ever No Cayman Ski Marathon race, dominated his competition in the 50K Classic as he finished the race in 2 hours and 31 minutes, and he, of course, was happy with that big finish.
I had some fast skis today, thanks to Solomon, and so I think that was the key. I was making up most of my time on the descent, and what an enjoyable course. It's really fun to be on a throwback course like that where it's really hard uphills, really hard downhills, some turns, so I think I made my move on the downhill actually, so it was pretty fun.
Elliott finished 2 minutes ahead of second place finisher Chris Papathopoulos, while Verona, Wisconsin's Natalia Narshenko was the first female to finish the full marathon. New York's Robert Douglas captured the 50K freestyle race in 2 hours and 20 minutes, and the ski marathon will continue tomorrow. The UP Wrestling Championships took place today inside Marquette Senior High School where 20 schools competed. Let's check in on a couple of finals matches where Gladstone had the early team lead on Escanaba. Here's Gwen's Alex Anderson taking on Escanaba's Nick Onati. The Mountain senior able to get a pin on the Eskimos freshman. He captures the 119-pound weight class title. The 130-pound weight class featured Iron Mountain's Alex Edwards in the black against Rudyard's David Montmorency. Edwards able to pin his opponent at 4:38, and get this, the senior wins his 4th straight UP title. Over in the 135-pound weight class, Gladstone's James Bruce wearing purple facing Iron Mountain's Corbin Henkel. Bruce adds to that Braves team score as he gets the pin at 5:20 to win his weight class. And in the 145-pound weight class, Marquette's Bo Castor taking on Gladstone's Bobby Beauchamp, who he beat in the Ray Mariucci tournament. Castor holds off a late rally by Beauchamp as he wins by a 2-1 decision and takes the championship. So let's take a look at the team scores. Escanaba comes back to win the team championship with 210 points. Gladstone in second with 175 points. Norway is in third. St. Ignace in fourth, and Iron Mountain rounds out the top 5 schools. To some WCHA hockey, Michigan Tech hoping to capitalize off their overtime win against Alaska last night. Here's Chris Leibinger, who ties it up at 1 for the Huskies in the first period. Blake Pietola on the power play ties the game at 2 in the second period. Now the Huskies scored in every single period. The go-ahead goal goes to none other than Tanner Caro, his 11th goal of the season. Jamie Phillips and Matt Winches combined for 25 saves, and Tech earns the big sweep 3-2 over Alaska. High school hoops, Westwood celebrating 40 years of basketball, and the Patriots hope to salute it the right way against their rival Ishpeming. First quarter, Luke Gray drives to the basket, hits the baseline J. A Gray triple brought the Patriots within 1 at 8-7, and Gray led all scorers with 20 points. Mitchell Messing's hoop gave the red, the white and blue an 11-8 lead. Messing chipped in 17 in the students section, very excited they were flipping out. The Hemet-Side's Thomas Finnegan spins and scores near the end of the quarter. He had 15 points, but Westwood led 12-10 after 1 and 25-17 at the half. Fourth quarter tied at 34. Westwood strung together a number of free throws to take the lead. Trevor Burke there, and the Patriots would outscore the Hemet-Tides 15-5 to win the battle of the next door neighbors 49-39. In some GLIAC hoops, both teams on the road, the NMU women survived to defeat Hillsdale 57-54. Lauren Gruber scored a game-high 24 points, while the men fell by just 1 point, 59-58. They came back from an 11-point halftime deficit, but a last-minute score for the Chargers sealed the Hillsdale win. As for Michigan Tech, both Huskies teams were successful on the road. The women win their 6th straight game by 8 points over Saginaw Valley, while the men hand the Cardinals their first loss in conference play with a 66-58 win. Jason Hawk had a team high 23 points.